Hey, what's going on, friends and theme park fans? This is Stix here for another Stix Top 6, where I count down the best and worst that theme parks have to offer. Alrighty dudes, so today is going to be absolutely awesome, as we'll be starting a sort of mini-series here within Stix Top 6 that I like to call the Celebration Series. These videos will be highlighting the most immersive and fun ways to experience different and specific IPs and themes throughout all our favorite theme parks. And as you can see by our title and footage, today we'll be heading into the illustrious Universal Orlando Resort, specifically Marvel Superhero Island, located in Islands of Adventure and opened in 1999, where we'll be able to check out the top 6 best ways to celebrate Marvel throughout the park. I figured this could be a fun one to start with because Marvel is in such weird hands theme park-wise, being that Disney owns the property but Universal already had a Marvel section to their park, so here in Florida they're actually allowed to just keep using those characters in their rides, restaurants, shops, and, well, everything in between. At least the comic versions anyway, so with that information, I figured Marvel at Universal would be a really cool, great starting point for the Celebration series. But anyway, with all that preamble out of the way, let's go ahead and soar right in to today's super-powered countdown. Alrighty heroes, to start off our list today with something simple, we can make our way up, down, and all around the Marvel Superhero Island to take part in some of the best shopping locations imaginable, including but not limited to a comic book store, Spider-Man shop, and an Alterniverse shop, all of course styled to the T with props, replicas, and building architecture that truly feels ripped directly from the pages of a Marvel comic. Not to mention, to add to the realism, be sure to stay on the lookout for Spider-Man, Captain America, Storm, and so many more heroes that ride through the streets on some awesome, cart things that are super cool looking for one of the most super parades of all time. But anyway, back on topic, these stores have so many perfect photo opportunities for landscape pictures or selfies or anything in between. The merch you'll find in each store, usually filled with limited time only and Universal specific merch, is all unbelievably cool. It's genuinely hard to walk through these shops and not buy something. And there's even a place to get your photo taken next to Spider-Man and get it plastered on the front of a first issue comic starring yourself. Okay, to be fair, it is just a really cool picture and not a full comic of yourself, but still, it is really, really cool. And that's the key word to explain all the shopping experiences throughout Marvel Superhero Island. It's all simply cool and a lot of fun. I promise if you really take the time looking around these stores, you can definitely lose track of that time. Take it from me, it definitely happens. Getting hungry while walking around Marvel Superhero Island? No fret, dear friend, as there's treats and meals for anyone of any age to enjoy here, from casual snacks you can find at the stores to the delectable frozen goodness over at Chill Ice Cream themed to Iceman from the X-Men, to the underrated and beyond appetizing quick service restaurants like Cafe 4 themed to the Fantastic Four and Captain America Diner themed to... yeah, who do you think? And finally, to the unthinkably delicious Marvel character dinner featuring heroes like Rogue, Wolverine, and Cyclops, where you are truly allowed to feast like the Blob. All of these locations have absolutely wondrous food and desserts, fantastic limited-time beverages, and a one-of-a-kind atmosphere that simply can't be beat, especially not by any villains. Rise up, gamers, this next one's for you as we take a stroll through Kingpin's Arcade. And I want to say right off the bat, slight missed opportunity not having strictly Marvel-themed games in here, but I can totally understand why that's a huge, expensive task that's not worth doing, but still. Anyway, this is still a massive, expansive, and hugely fun arcade right in the middle of Marvel Superhero Island, and you may be thinking to yourself, why would you want to visit an arcade while you're already in a theme park? Well, for one thing, arcades are fun, so why wouldn't you? But also, the theming and immersion inside this place is top-notch, the games they do have to play and the prizes they have to win are all honestly worthwhile, and how often does Kingpin get recognition outside of, like, Ben Affleck's Daredevil? Ugh. And Into the Spider-Verse, which is pretty good. He's one of the coolest villains out there, it's awesome to see him get the spotlight in here, for real. Look, I guess to close this one out, you could definitely walk right past this place and never even walk inside. But even if you just give Kingpin's Arcade 5 minutes and a few spins at a couple games, I promise you, you will have an amazing time. Guaranteed. So we mentioned briefly during our number 6 spot how you can spot the Marvel Heroes parade coming down the street ever so often, but how can you interact with them? How do you truly celebrate Marvel without the characters themselves? Well, of course, there are some fabulously fun meet and greets to take part in throughout the island, my personal favorite being Doctor Doom and Green Goblin, whose costumes are implausibly realistic, and whose personalities are so energetic and upbeat that it almost forces you into a great mood, regardless of who you are. But besides them, you can obviously meet Spider-Man, the legend Captain America, and a good majority of the X-Men, each offering their own unique and exciting meet and greet. To be honest, these characters rival some of Disney's meet and greets. They are so wonderful no matter your age or personality, I 100% recommend at least getting your picture taken with some of these heroes. It is genuinely a real treat. One of the most important parts of any immersive superhero-filled day would be, of course, to experience what it's really like to be a hero, and to see what it's like to be put in the line of duty and faced with adversity. And that leads us to Marvel Superhero Island's 2 terrifying, death-defying roller coasters, Doctor Doom's Fearfall, and everybody's favorite, the Incredible Hulk Coaster. Both of these rides are sure to give you a run for your money, as Doctor Doom's Fearfall takes you straight up 185 feet into the air before dropping you back down and jumping you up and down like that for several minutes, and if you think that's heart-pumping, just wait to take on the Incredible Hulk, which has a maximum height of 110 feet in the air, a maximum speed of 67 miles per hour, a massive 104.9 foot drop, a G-force of 4 with 7 inversions, and a 2.5 minute ride duration. Phew, yeah, that one's a doozy. Honestly, both of these rides are, and they definitely are not for the faint of heart. These are for true Avengers only. Don't feel bad if you can't conquer them though. We still need friendly neighborhood heroes as well. Alrighty folks, rounding out this list, I think the best possible way to celebrate Marvel is for the entire family, regardless of age or personality, to be able to join in and enjoy what the island has to offer, and that brings us to our number 1 spot today, family rides. We're of course talking about rides like The Adventures of Spider-Man and Storm Force Accelatron, both of which could easily be mistaken for Disney park attractions because of their milder nature and absolute immersion. Storm Force is essentially the teacups, with around a 3-minute ride time, and honestly the speed of this ride and the size of the ride carts make this one just as fun, if not more, than the original teacups at Disney. And meanwhile, The Adventures of Spider-Man is simply one of the greatest 4D dark rides of all time. The physical sets, use of the Sinister Six, and actual good 4D make this one an absolute blast to ride over and over. Seriously, I have been on this ride more times than I can count, and for good reason. There's so many hidden secrets and details, the motion of the ride cart is so original and unique that it just gives me butterflies thinking about it. The queue is one of a kind, and I hate to repeat myself from earlier, but it really looks like it's right out of the comics at the Daily Bugle. Honestly, I could gush about this ride forever, but The Adventures of Spider-Man literally by itself makes Marvel Superhero Island worth it, and you could spend an entire day celebrating Marvel by just riding it again and again and again, and you probably walk out still feeling satisfied. And it's great that not only you can get that feeling, but everyone in your family, because it is a family ride, which is why it easily boosts itself and Stormforce Accelatron into the #1 spot for the best way to celebrate Marvel at Universal Orlando Resort. Well, alrighty then folks, that'll about wrap up today's celebratory episode of Stix Top 6. I really hope you all enjoyed this one, and if you did, if you could please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share the video around, it would be highly appreciated as it helps the channel out and simply means a ton. But with all that out of the way, this is S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent Silver Stix signing out, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, superheroes. Peace out.